It's been a while since I recorded a video, so I maybe record one again. It's gonna be quiet now because my kid is already sleeping. So I wanna try GDS. I've been playing a lot of UR Murktide lately. I'm gonna try it like this. You see the list here. I have a split of Void Mirror and Chalice because what do you call this deck? Rhinos do play Force of Vigor. Against Living End, Chalice is good, in my opinion. You can just play 2 Chalice and play them for free. But another deck, Rhinos, can deal with it. Lurrus deck too, I don't have a removal. Could be Hammertime because that's the most popular Lurrus deck at the moment. So having no removal against that is gonna be bad, but it could also be a black-red Delirium. I think I'm gonna keep this and hope it's not Hammertime. I can trade resources monkey to monkey, DRC to DRC if it's Delirium deck. Okay, it's Hammertime, so it's a bad hand, bad keep against Hammertime. I'm gonna start with this. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a blocker next turn. Might be Stoneforge or Paladin. To him, attacking means there is so I'm just gonna take 11 here. Hope I draw a land. So I need to block next turn. So I'm gonna go second main phase in case another Colossus Hammer. So increase. Don't want that. I need land. Okay. I just need a blue land here for seal of removal, so we can definitely cast a second hammer here, but it doesn't. You don't need it. You just get his Lurrus. So what's gonna happen here is you have to take the Lurrus and block this again. Okay, now I'm in trouble. So you can make tokens. Definitely need that land because it kills the construct. So I have two creatures attacking next turn. I don't have a land. So this is GG. I need a fetch land there, not a swamp. I could have the game. I can stall the game a bit longer. So I need to put all the removals. You don't want counterspell in this matchup because it's too expensive. They're playing with a really low curve. Too much Ragavan, drawing too much Ragavan might cost you the game too. So I'm gonna cut 2 here. Yes, good, got 1 Tatsis. Hammertime is really popular right now because a lot of white decks is in prismatic ending and not having sorcery. Instant speed removal is bad, and most black decks is on unholy hit, and that's also not good. I'm gonna keep this because there's a lot of removal. So most black red deck is not on fatal push at the moment. They are playing bolts and unholy hit, so they just need to have to hammer most of the time, and it's game over. They can play around the burn spell. So there's a hammer. What the problem here is Urza, so I cannot really play this engineered for 1. Sure. So before third land, I want to fetch now before he can activate this and then attach hammer into it or do something else. Now that is bad for me. Just gonna draw a card now. It's a bit bad because if you have two, hammer in hand, I'm dead. Gonna animate this. Attach the hammer after killing one. So I think you need to pass this for one. If you attach the hammer to ink moth, I'll drown in the locket. So you can play around with two hammer if I activate injure explosives. Okay. I'll let it die, cause if I don't, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be dead. So I'm gonna take two. Took Lurrus. So I have to kill this. I can lock that Lurrus. I'm just gonna cast Lurrus here. And then maybe cast You're still Paladin. So if I drown in the lock the Lurrus, he needs 2 lands. So if you have a 0 mana creature, it's gonna be bad for me. I think I need to start my pressure here by casting my Dire Shadow. But that means this Injured Explosive is gonna be worse. Because it's gonna hit my creature. If you have a land in play in hand, so if next turn you have a land in a 0 mana creature, I'm gonna die. So I'm just gonna cast this again. So you can cast the Paladin again. You have 0 mana creature here. I can activate this and then add the mana and then I'm gonna die. Okay, another prismatic. So he have 1 card unknown in his hand. That's a good one. His swipe push is good again. It's good at the moment because of Hammertime. And everything else with Darcy and... Okay. I'm gonna take this. If we attach that, I'm I'm gonna K-return here. Kill these two. You can save this by casting hammer, but then it's gonna lose the one hammer. I don't think it's worth bluffing here, so just play this and let him know that I have one unknown card in my hand. I'm not gonna kill it unless he casts the hammer. See what's in his hand. Feeding needle. So I can bubble. Okay, he's just gonna draw land. That's nice. Shadow removal is good. He's just kinda seal the deal. Seal of removal. Seal the deal. So I won that one. Now it's gonna be harder again, being on the draw. You have a lot of prismatic ending that game. I think I'm gonna stay like this. Scourge is not so great. This can get stuck into my hand because I'm gonna be controlling early game, I'm not gonna be attacking him. So I think I can cut some of this and just return more interaction in my hand, in my deck. I think that's it. Thing is, if I chalice for one, you can just I have 24 1 a card here. You can just Urza it into play. I think it's good. Not having a red land here sucks, and having two basics. So I'm gonna mull this. I don't even have a removal. I have a discard spell, but it's gonna be so with this hand I can surveil. I think I only need one Dragon's Rage Chandler here just to be able to surveil, but keep blocking. He moves to 5. I think I gonna keep this, getting rid of Thoughtseize instead because he moved to 5. I need a land here, or you can just go all in, keep a good all in hand and hope I don't keep a removal. fetch is the best draw here. Just turn 1, I can just turn 1 this channeler. Maybe it's Ursa hand. It's gonna keep Ursas and I have injured explosives. Land. So while he's doing nothing, I can just play all this channeler. There's a land, that's really good. So I'm gonna get Inky here. I think I want this. This is going to kill my creatures, but Paladin is not castable. So I think... Oh, I just concede. Okay. But I think what I'm gonna take here is... So I'm gonna draw land next turn and then I can activate my injured explosives for 1 and start killing this. So I'm gonna take Paladin here. If he starts killing this, my injured explosive is gonna be better. And this all his 1-drop is gonna die. So I'm gonna take Paladin here. And then I'm gonna draw the swamp. Okay, let's go to the next round. The deck. Here's the deck. So I'm playing 3 injured explosives because there is a lot of Sanctifier and Vec, and when I was playing Blue-Red Murktide, Sanctifier and Vec is a bit manageable because your creatures have flying. In here, only Darcy have flying. Their Shadow and Scourge is gonna be chump blocked by Sanctifier and Vec, and all your spells here are gonna be affected by Sanctifier and Vec, unlike in Blue-Red Murktide. You have blue sorcery and serum visions. You have blue instant thought scour. You have counter spells. You have blue creature on Murktide in case you can just reveal it to have delirium. So you can potentially ignore Sanctifier and Vec, but I still want 3 injured explosives on that deck. So in here, I feel like you also want 3 injured explosives just because Sanctifier and Vec kills the entire deck. FightingFish, I think this is a Merfolk. Can't remember the name FightingFish and playing a Merfolk, so I think this is okay. I'm gonna turn 1 Ragavan, kill the Blacker. And Thoughtseize. I'm gonna start with this in case you have that Merfolk that makes make an island. Could be a trickster. It's gonna block my Ragavan. So I think I'm gonna swing. If necessary, I don't want to have an island at the moment. I'll just have this as my blue card because... Okay, I think it's okay. So I'm gonna toss him, get that lure that draws a card. Okay, so we have another trickster in here. So I just get a trickster. Let him cast that lord here, and then I'm gonna unholy hit it at the end of turn. So what does he have here? But he's not casting anything, missing 1 point of damage. So I'm gonna attack here. You draw another trickster? Okay. Isn't good. I'm gonna kill it. It's gonna be dealing too much damage for me. That subtlety though is gonna be a tempo problem for me. I have 1 card that I do not know in his hand. What's this? Spreading this. So now he have an island. That makes it unblockable, but okay. Is he playing it safe? No, okay. So I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna swing. Maybe cast my own Merfolk here. So this is a card advantage. So I'm gonna cast this for sure. It's not yet time to cast it. Good thing. Okay, so that means there's no blue card in his hand for not trying to subtlety this one. So I think I just cast Scourge of the Skyclaves here. What could be the other card? Could be Vial. Or it could be that he doesn't want to lose 2 cards, so that, yeah, that's Vial. And he drew this Lord of Atlantis. So I'm gonna take 3. It's okay. So I'm gonna bolt this, attack him for 8. I cannot Inquisition that one. Draws a card. I'm gonna cast this. I think Lurrus does like have anything. He can do anything about this right now. My board is too strong. I'm not sure how he can get back from this. Okay, blockers is one thing that can put him back here. So you have subtlety in hand. He's gonna block this protection from red, so he's gonna block my monkey for sure. Need a lock. I'm gonna start with this. And just to surveil, see if I'm gonna draw down in the lock. So I need to block Scourge, and I need to block. So he's gonna lose one creature. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. If I can block 3, that's 6. I'm not dead. Let's see. I'm just gonna attack Scourge and this Lord. So I need to jump Skyclaves here and just leave this Lord alone. The next turn this is gonna deal 3 to him. I'm gonna cast that shadow here on the second main phase. I don't know, maybe he's thinking if he can play around TBR. Now I can block 4 of his creatures, so I don't think he's gonna attack here. Even if he drew a Lord, it's not gonna kill me. This is just these 2 that's gonna get an island walk, and I'll be down to 1. And I can block all these 3. And he's gonna die. And he swing back next turn. So he's not attacking here. So that flying is... If you play this, you need to block my Death Shadow too. So... I don't want to tap any mana first before attacking in case I draw something good with this legendary creature. Thing here is he need to block. Because he's at 5, so he need to block 2 creatures. Then I can block. Because he's gonna cast this subtlety, which will put my Lurrus on top of my library, and I might lose blockers for next turn. So that is 2, 5. That's 5. And if you have a Lord, I'm dead anyway. So if that's a Lord in his hand, I'm dead. Unless I draw a removal for it. So I think just attacking with these 3. Because he needs to block that shadow, or he will die. Ragavan cannot attack because Master of Waves protection from red. So you need to jump. So what's the point if I make him jump with these 2? I'll be left with 2 blockers. This is the same, not attacking and attacking. The math is the same. Is he casting subtlety? Okay. I think that's good for me. So that means my Lurrus won't be subtletied by that subtlety. So I'm gonna draw a card. That's seems to be game over. Doing TBR. Oh, it's elemental. It gets pumped by this. But you need to jump block this too. So if you have a trickster in his hand, if you have a trickster, you can prevent the trample of TBR and double strike because it's gonna lose ability. So I can block this, can block that. If that's a trickster. I still have Lurrus. So yep, just gonna TBR this. Surveil for removal. I can just bottom this because I can cast it with Lurrus next turn. So there's no trickster. So I want that. I'm gonna be on the draw again for sure. He's really good against Merfolks. So I'm gonna... Do I want Mystical Dispute? This is all I want. 4 cards. Take some Ragavan. Slurp removal is not so good here. So I might just play Thoughtseize again. Mystical Dispute is tempting because it's just 1 mana. I think 1 Mystical Dispute is okay over the 4 Thoughtseize. I need to not get stuck on lands here because you want engineered explosives for 2 against Merfolk. All their lords are 2 mana cost. So I'm gonna start with Blood Crypt, Dragon's Rage Channeler, and then Bubble. In case you have that Spreading Seas or the Seas creature, I can still get a red from here. Yes. Because I have Thoughtseize and then a Bolt, this round in the luck will be good. Because there will be something in his graveyard for sure. So I'm gonna bubble this on his main phase so that I have more information on what he's gonna draw for my Thoughtseize next turn. Spreading Seas. Okay, I'm gonna let him draw first and then bubble. So I want another land here for sure. For EE. I get another Blood Creep here. Oh, I don't want that for now. Need a land so that I can kill all these 2 mana creatures. There's a Brazen Bar over here. So So it's most likely he's gonna say Virgil at me. So I'm gonna take this Brazen Borrower. There's a blue card here that I can cast. It's drawn in the lock, so I don't need to use this right now to have more information. So I just swing here. I need the land for sure, because I'm low life now. This Harbinger. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the top card of his library. It's a lot of 2 mana creature. You definitely want the land here. Fetch land. Swamp. Engineered. Houses. So I have no choice here but to engineered here. So I might just swing with this till next turn for sure. It's kinda a bad spot because I'm not drawing lands. Thing here though is I can bolt it. Is it okay to go down to 9? Yeah, I think it's okay. Then next turn is not gonna do anything, and then need a land next turn for sure. Yeah, this is what it's gonna do because you don't want to overcommit. But I need a land here. There, that's good. So I'm gonna cast this. So now he cannot attack because I can block him. If you attack with Mutavolt again, I'm gonna block Mutavolt and then I'm gonna sacrifice his engineered explosives. So if you do not get a land, he's not able to multi-spell. Okay, draw a land. He can cast everything in his hand. I need a land again. Next turn. This will also kill Fighting Seas, which is good. So now he's in the top spot. He might just not do anything here because Dragon's Rage Channeler is gonna attack no matter what. So do you think he's just gonna draw a card? Maybe that's his plan, or tap me, attack, and then I'm gonna sacrifice this. Okay. So these 2 dice, and then he can draw with. can draw with Silver Gill Adept. This is gonna cast it for sure. So now do I wanna bolt this, right? I think I wanna bolt this to make sure I'm gonna draw land. Yeah, I have a lock in hand. I just need a land. So there's the land. So I'm gonna touch this. I'm done with lands. You can go down. Chalice. So this chalice is not really scary. I think what I'm gonna kill here is the trickster. I'm gonna go down to 5. If you get a lord next turn, you can attack me. So yeah, Chalice is not doing anything anymore. So I'm just gonna take trickster. If you Chalice here for 1. If Chalice for 2, I'm gonna E for 0 and then kill it. See the Lord. Another Trading Seas. Oh, he Chalice for 1. Okay. Oh, I think he's gonna tap Scourge here. So Scourge is gonna die. Because it's gonna be a 0-0. Now I'm gonna swing. So I wanna save this luck because he plays Master of the Waves. I wanna make sure that I can kill Master of the Waves. If I'm gonna EE for 0, I don't need to cast it right now, so okay. I need DBR if I don't have the creatures. Hmm. Chalice for 0. Now this engineered for 0 is not gonna work. Let's see. I'm gonna attack here. If you don't do anything, I'm gonna Lurrus. If you do, I'm okay to trade this for EE. Yeah, so I still have it. Now you can block this. I could have done this before I attack, but I know that I have to try. Maybe you don't have it, and then I can Lurrus. I think that is the better play. So now I have to sacrifice this. I don't have an artifact removal in my deck, but this engineered explosives, and you already have Chalice for 0, so not gonna work anymore. I need a Scourge. That Shadow is not gonna do it. So I think I wanna draw my island so that I can Scourge next turn. Could be a subtlety. So I'm gonna play this because and I cannot play anything except these two. We have Dismember or Brazen Borrower. Because the Brazen Borrower is thinking if he gonna bounce this or he's just gonna cast the Borrower. I think that's what he's thinking. I'm just gonna have 6 here because there's a Chalice for 1 and I only have 1 mana. So this is a 3/4 Merfolk Lord, sure. So I can draw a card from that. So I'm gonna cast this. I don't know what that 2 card in his hand is. He's not casting it. Could be more Trickster. Kill my Scourge. Could be a Lord. Yep. If it's a Lord, I'm not dead. But he can block, and he can only block 1. So I cannot fetch anymore. So I'll be back to 4, and this will be 3 because he needs to jump. Looks like another Trickster. What can I cast here? I need to attack because I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die next turn. So this is trickster. One dice. I'm gonna block my Lurrus. No, okay. It's just a bluff, so I won that game. Go to the next round. View the deck. So that push kinda saved me from the Hammertime, if you just saw that one. Seal Privy Ball is also good because they cannot re-equip it without Paladin. Down in the Lock is almost push, but much more expensive. So what are we facing here? Elementals having 4 lands and a Scourge is pretty bad, so I need to mold this. So this is a lot of interaction. I kinda like this one better. So pretty sure I wanna empty his hand, so I want this to Thought Seizes. So I'm gonna keep this, but I'm gonna get rid of I think Ragavan is not gonna be swinging here. So drawing a fetch next turn or this turn is good too, because that will make me cast my Death Shadow on turn 2. So I think I'm gonna start with Watery Grave here, just in case I draw a counter spell and you don't have a Cavern. So you only have one creature that you can cast, so I'm just gonna take this. All of it can be discarded for Solitude, so I'm just gonna take something that he can cast early. So he might cast nothing here, unless you draw another Mariner or Voice of Resurgence. I think that's the only 2-drop you have, and the 1-drop that fetches an elemental. Put it on top of the library, so give me a fetch. I think this is okay. So that is it. So I cannot take Flicker Wisp, just gonna return it with Awakener. So I think I have no choice here but take the Awakener, and then hope don't draw anything yet. A Fury Solitude will kill my Death Shadow, but will cost him another card. I might play Reflecting Pool here again. Okay. Maybe I'll cast Flicker Wisp just to block my Death Shadow. Nope. Okay. So I'm gonna swing here for 4. I don't really care about Kahira, I don't think so. But he cannot gain 4 life because Can only play one land next turn. Okay, so he have all his land. He have no green land for Omnat. So I think Flicker Wisp is the take here. This boosts them, but yeah, Flicker Wisp can flicker land and make more plays with Omnat next turn. So taking Flicker Wisp here and casting this. Let's hope he doesn't draw Solitude yet or Fury. Solitude is the best card that he can draw. Fury will kill one of my creature, and two when I attack. And then this card is gonna be worse now after that, because so actually both of them is a good draw. But I think so, I might want him to draw Fury because he need to discard Omnat for that one. Well, we're in Solitude, you can discard Kahira. So let's see what he's thinking if he's gonna play Omnat here. But he can't play Omnat. Yeah. So I think he's gonna get Solitude here, which is pretty bad for me. You can cast it to be uncounterable. So Kahira, so that means he's gonna hardcast Solitude. And I cannot counter it. Yep. This is a bad black. My Scourge is not gonna die from this. So it's gonna Solitude my Scourge, which will kill my Death Shadow. If I cast the other Scourge, I'm gonna have a Scourge, a 3/3 Scourge. I think this will also be good if I draw a push there instead of counterspell. I can push my Scourge. So I cannot counter this. So I'm gonna be at, I think I want a Thoughtseize. A Thoughtseize draw I think is the best draw here. I can Thoughtseize and Scourge. So he still cannot cast this Omnat until he gets to draw Forest. So I think I'm gonna get Lurrus instead for now. I also don't have an island. Oh yeah, he can cast it because of Carbon of Souls. So he will cast Omnat here. And I can counter that anyway, so it's okay that I just took my Lurrus. Why does he have an extra card in hand? Did I miss something? Could be an Ephemerate. It's gonna be hard now. I'm gonna let him cast Mariner. Look at the top card of his library. Ready to land now. This Mariner is kinda annoying. So I can kill Omnat and I can kill Solitude. This doesn't look like Mariner, looks like a Fury. Or not, just Solitude. So he's gonna draw another Fury in there. This is getting really bad for me. So this Scourge is useless. This counter is still okay here because it can still kill counter spell Ephemerate. So I'm still here without the Reef something that draws a card. Without it, it's still a fair fight. If that's in the play, it's already... I'm already overwhelmed by creatures right now. It's only 4 damage to creatures. So I'm gonna block this and this. So I'll be at 2, 3, 6, this will be 11. No. So he'll be at 25. So I cannot kill him. Ten, then he can kill this with the Fury. So I need to block Solitude so that my dead shadows don't die. This will be 11 and this will deal 4. So he needs 5 damage to kill their shadow. So he's just casting Mariner instead. It looks like he's just casting Mariner instead. So I'm gonna kill this Omnat. I'm gonna swing both of these next turn. So I'm gonna do this first in case I draw TBR. No TBR, so I'm gonna get luck Bottom. I can't. If you don't block, it's gonna grow my Scourge. And he cannot kill it with Fury. If I get Solitude, I'm gonna gain life. That is safe. He gained me 6. I was Shadow. That is 5-5. If he make me gain 11, I still have a 6-6 Scourge. Okay, so I win this game. Okay. Do I Void Mirror just to prevent him from evoking, ephemerate the creatures that he have? What is the strength of the deck? You can also EE for 3. I think I want Kozilek, I want this. I think I want just stub. So that I can stub the ephemerate. And I cannot counter the creatures I have Cavern, but I can counter the evokes. If they cast it with evoke. I'm gonna keep DBR here. I want all my interaction for hand. So I can sit waiting for my creatures before they cast their creatures. So I need 4 cards to return. I think I can get rid of Ragavan. I'm not sure. I think Ragavan is the worst card here. I think I still want to. Yeah, I'll just get rid of Stub and add 1 counter spell. Get rid of Red Shadow, I think. It is the worst card against Solitude. Scourge is better, because if you see game 1, I can go higher than 13, and Scourge can still leave. But if I go higher 13, the Shadow always die. And I will always go over 13 most of the time if he solitude me. So seal up removal is not so good here, so I'll just go with this. It is good because I have a turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 DRC to Thoughtseize, or I might just Thoughtseize first before I Darcy, in case you have Solitude in hand. So he's gonna cast this for sure. So looks like he have a good hand. I won't do that even playing 1 land. So it looks like I have 2 lands or 3 lands. Depends on what he's gonna take here. So it looks like I have 3 lands now for taking that. So I'm gonna Glad Creep here. Okay, this can only cast Elemental for any color. So I'm gonna cast Ragavan. So I'm gonna kill this and then swing. Okay, that's kinda suck. So I cannot swing now because of this. And the Shivan Reap is in his hand. So it's a good play here. So I can Kozilek return, wipe this next turn. I think I have to swing here. Because this Ragavan is gonna die anyway. It's just gonna suck if there's a Awakener. But yeah. This is gonna trade here for sure. It's just better than my Ragavan is dying anyway next turn. Because of Kozilek. So I'm just gonna swing here. Just gonna trade expecting I have a second Ragavan, but I'm just gonna Thoughtseize him. Okay, 2 Shivan Reap is good. I took 1. So I'm gonna K-return them next turn. And he have a card in his hand that I do not know. So I'm gonna take 2. I'm gonna take 2 again for my Watery Grave. And Dragon Race Channeler already have a Delirium. I'm gonna Dragon Rage Channeler and then Expressive Iteration next turn. Maybe take Kahira from Companion. What could be in his hand? Maybe Cast Fury. Try to kill me because I'm 9. But didn't, so it's gonna be Kahira. No. Okay. Let's start with this. I want that. That's bad. That's so bad. So I cannot get any red land anymore, so I cannot. There's no more red land in my deck. I cannot unholy hit anything here in response of him killing my Dragon's Rage Channeler. So I'm just gonna fetch Watery Grave and not Shock. So I put Kahira in his hand. That Ziggurat's not gonna cast anything unless he have an evoke creature in his hand. That's the only thing that he can cast here. So I'm gonna swing here and take Lurrus. I think Lurrus is okay. Then casting Scourge into a Solitude. I think I should wait for my discard spells or counter spell before casting my Scourge, because I cannot lose it back, it's gonna get exiled. Now I can unholy hit, but I don't think I will because of ephemerate if he evoke it. So it looks like it's gonna get hard casted instead. This is not an Omnat because he already played a land. Sakahira is okay. Could be an ephemerate, but that's a trade. He won't hit another thing on his upkeep. Nope. Okay. So I wanna Inque him first because I don't wanna lay my Lurrus here and get Solitude. So there's an ephemerate and there's a Solitude. So I'm gonna dash Ragavan here. Go straight to his turn because I cannot cast anything. Primal Beyond. So I have a Solitude and one Unknown and a Cavern of Souls. So if I exile Lurrus, okay, not gonna do anything because that white mana smells like ephemerate. Can be a bluff, but I'm not losing anything for doing it. Okay, I can still attack for 3 in the air. I'm gonna cast this and cast my Scourge. Now I need to ephemerate to get rid of all of this. And if it does it now, it's gonna get blown out. We can wait, I think. waiting is correct. So I'm gonna hit that. Yep. You can still draw Solitude and get back from it. So I win that game. Let's go to the third match. View deck. So terminate is because of Murktide. You want that, and cheap counter spells, Stubborn Denial. And 3 Spellbomb because Living End is hard. Like hard. So if you keep counter spell against Living End, they can just grief it before they cast Living End. Now, if you have Spellbomb against them, they can just Brazen Borrower it. But Spellbomb have more impact, and they can also Force of Negation that turn 1. So you really want more. I think you want more interaction against Living End. It's like, I think 3 Spellbomb, having Chalice, having Void Mirror, having Stubs is correct against them. It is a 4th match. I'm gonna be on the draw again. I don't know what opponent. Lurrus, okay. So this is an okay hand. It would be great if this one land is a discard spell. I'll keep it. Blue and black. Who's playing this land? Just like a blue black Asmo something. And I guess I'll start with Channeler. Okay, this is AdNaus. So I'm gonna toss him and cast my monkey. So this is kinda bad. So I have to take Unlife here. So I can counter this Propane Chooser with Drown in the Lock next turn. I'm just like gonna play Painted Prism here. Got one card in his hand. That I do not know. Is it worth a sleight of hand here? I'm not really getting anything. But maybe a discard spell. 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be at 9. I cannot kill him next turn unless I draw a TBR. 4, 12, 13, 14, 15. He's a lot of lands too. sleight of hand here. Okay, then go to the graveyard. I want a discard spell. Put a card into your hand, so I'm gonna get bubbled then. I was gonna go draw planes. If I counter this, it's gonna draw a plane. So I need to counter this. So okay, I want that Inquisition. So I'm gonna hit him for 5. So I'm gonna Inqui him. Okay, that Thoughtseize is gonna keep him from comboing. So he's dead next turn. Okay, so he's gonna Angel's Grace next turn for sure, because he's gonna die. So I'm just gonna throw down that Thoughtseize down the bin. Oh, that's a mistake. I should have kickered the Scourge instead, but I don't think he can win from here. Yeah, I could have kickered the Scourge here after getting the treasure, and he's gonna die on his turn. Okay, I'm gonna cast that. Top. If I didn't cast Dragon Shade Channeler, I have exactly 7 cards here to kicker Scourge, and it's gonna put him down to 0. Oh no, yeah, it's not gonna work. I thought it's just the damage, so yeah. So it's not gonna go below 1. So that's okay. That's the correct play. This is gonna kill him. I don't know what he's gonna look for. I don't think I need to do anything here. So I want Mystical Dispute here. I need Stubbs. get rid of hit and get rid of push. I need counter spell. Can get rid of Aragaban. I can get rid of Terminate. What else do I need here? That's it. Counters and a Ragavan. Seems good, so I'm gonna keep this. Start with 7. What is gonna draw? Profane Shooter again. So I'm gonna start with Steam Vents. Maybe I should have not cast this and counter Prism, Pentad Prism. Okay. I'm gonna cast this and hope I stub what do you call that? Pyrection and life. I can negate this. I can pack up negation this since thinking about it. So that means you have Tassa in his hand. You have what do you call that one? The Angel's Grace in his hand. You need another pack though, because I'm gonna counter Profane Tutor. So this is a better cast here, because if I don't draw a fetch, I won't be able to kill him anyway next turn because of Pyrection and life. So this way I can maybe draw a fetch. So this is what getting so we can actually get Angel's Grace with this. So I'm just gonna counter it. If I have Angel's Grace in hand, I'm dead anyway. Unless you need I need a land too, because you only have 2 blue lands. You don't have black lands for the spoils for the bolts. So countering this, I think, is the best line here, and I can surveil So yeah, I'll put that on top. It's gonna put me on Delirium and I can get what's in his hand. So if you have Blackland, if you have it all, Blackland, Tassa, and Spoils of the Vault, he wins. If you don't, he die next turn. There's gonna be Tassa. Nope. Okay. So he's dead here. Unless you have another Angels. Okay, so just getting this and attacking. Okay. Looks like GDS have missed me. I haven't been playing this for 2 weeks, I think. I was playing UR Murktide. I'm just looking at the list on the Discord and then playing what I think is more suited from the meta while playing UR Murktide, and looks like it's okay. So one more game. Let's see if I'm gonna get it. Let's see if I'm gonna get it. Maybe on the draw again. Oh, I haven't won a dice roll this league. So, yep. Okay, I'm gonna move this. It seems okay. I'm gonna get rid of one Ragavan. Is this a humans or another elements? Humans. This is gonna be a bit harder because of Sanctifier and Vex, so I'm gonna go with black red here. I can cast that black card. That's get something from your hand. Green, red. Looks like recruiter. Do you have a main word? And Vec is gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. I mean, they can do that because of the Murktides everywhere, actually. And Asmo. Okay, it's a Tassa, so I'm gonna hit this. Swing. See what I have here. A vial. Let's start with black blue here. I don't want that vial. I want to inquire him. I want that land. So he can put up 2 blockers next turn. I'm just gonna take Meddling Mage here. I'm gonna trade my Ragavan to the lieutenant. I don't think it's worth it. I can just cast my Death Shadow. Why did he cast his first before Talia? Is he not casting Talia? I rather have this pumped. So okay, I'll just Volt the Talia. Swing this. Casted the Shadow. After seeing that, maybe I should have cast Attack Ragavan so that it trades. Then just keep that Ragavan on top. I don't think it's so worth it. So this is bad. You can get Reflector Mage here or Sanctum Prelate. I don't know. Another Lieutenant. Okay. I'm gonna take this. Well, there's a Terminate. I want to take my Lurrus, but I think attacking Ragavan is not worth it. I might whiff and die. So I'm just holding this as a combat trick in case go all in. Did not expect a removal, but you should expect a removal if you're playing against the shadow. You have to calculate if it's worth. Okay, he's gonna name Bolt for sure. So this Terminate is safe in my hand. Name Unholy Hit. Okay, so what's this gonna... This is so I need to kill one now. I think I have to kill this Meddling Mage. The one with TVR, yeah. Hope for the best, not the best. That is not it. So if I block the 3/3 and then kill the 7/7, I'll be at 6. I can leave one more turn, but because I didn't, I die. Yeah, I think that's a good risk though. Okay. See, I'm gonna be on the play. I'm gonna putting all this here. First of all, we'll go Ruggermans will go just 2. Get rid of 2 Thoughtseize. That's it. Five or 5. This is not so good. But I have 3 interaction. Enough for me to draw what I need. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna start with black red here and Thoughtseize. I get rid of Thalia here. Just gonna turn 1 Vial. I'm not gonna fetch because I'm not gonna shock because I can still go down below 13 if I want to. This is bad now. This is the worst. The best card that he can draw is too early. I wish I saw that on his opening hand. So he can deal me 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn, and then I don't like that. Because if you have a land, if you draw a land, that's gonna make him cast Mantis Rider and then cast a Talia in his hand. That's a 7 power, so I'm not gonna do anything here. I'm not gonna take Lurrus, not solving the problem. Chalice for 1 is good, so okay. So I hope I get EE here. I'm not gonna kill this in case I get EE. I have 3 EE. I need to draw 1 right now. I have one turn. That chalice just speed up my turns, speed up my life total because I cannot kill this creature. So I just need a human and I'm dead. Okay. Yep. He didn't get the 5-0 there. EE. Doesn't want to show me EE. So it is a 4-1 league. Is the least that I'm playing. Maybe the game 1 where I choose to not kill the 7/7 have cost me the game, but I think it's a worth risk to win next turn. And that one, but you can blame that decision on me. But I like playing like that most of the time, especially when there's nothing on the line, it's just a league. So maybe it's correct to just kill the 7/7 and then block the 3/3. It will give me one more turn, but I didn't think through it that much, and then maybe I could have a game 3 with this against the deck. But against Sanctifier in deck, it's really hard, like I said before the start of the game. That's why I'm playing 3 engineered explosives. And like when I compare it to Murktide, it's already a bit hard, but it's manageable because all your threats are flying, and Delirium can still be achieved without the red cards because you have Serum Visions and Vicious Bubble and the blue creature and the blue instant. So in the case of Grixis, their shadow is you only have counter spell and seal of removal. The chance of Dragon Rage Chandler getting Delirium is pretty low. Yeah, if you get Fetch, Bubble, Seal, and Counter Spell all in the graveyard, and that's like one of each of this, then you can fly through it, and not if not because all your creatures are black too, which it can block. That's why. And I am already playing 3 on the Murktide deck, and that's why I think you need 3 on the Shadow deck too for Asmo and for Hammertime. So that's it for me tonight. Just one league, and I'm gonna join another one with this same deck, but maybe I'll play it tomorrow. So that's it, and thanks for watching.